Firstly, in case you're a newcomer here, I am a Ford Mustang fan, but I am not a fanboy. I have to tell it like it is for you, okay? I am not a quote-unquote Chevy guy. In this video, we talk the S650 horsepower, my S650 shipped, and I editorialize on the Mustang GTD. Let's do work.
Yeah, we ran out of patience for your love with the cold hard hatred.
I say this with great happiness for you guys and sadness for myself. My 2024 Mustang GT is finally built and shipped, headed to the dealer right now, which means your cars are probably soon to be delivered as well. I know from experience with my 2018 Mustang GT and also the GT350 that this is an exciting time. I'm happy for you. Now, I ended up canceling my S650 order because I'm not really driving anywhere these days, and I don't want a $70,000 paperweight in my garage running up property tax each year for a little more than a garage decoration. I may order a base model at some point in the future and mod it for channel content, but we'll talk more about that in the future. Here's what my baby would have looked like. I decked it out with almost everything with the exception of the 10R80. I do like to roll my own gears still. I think the over-the-top stripes look amazing in shadow black here, especially in the GT Performance package with that aggressive spoiler on the buttocks. This picture is missing here, but here's another view. Beautiful. On the interior, I had carmine red, and I think it looks smoking hot. Someone is going to get this masterpiece, and I'm jelly. Hey, let me know if you want to buy this, and I'll put you in touch with my dealer if they haven't already sold this eye candy. If what this email says is true, it should be coming in within a week or two. Woe is me. But worry not, we'll get our hands on an S650, God willing, and do some reviews. On to other exciting news. As you know, we're transitioning from rated R cars to Ducati Diaries. Not to worry, we'll still be doing the Mustang and other cool cars thing. Many car guys also love bikes, or at least are interested in seeing them. And right now, I'm hereby sharing our final Ducati Diaries intro for the first time with the Ducati Diaries family. Here we go. We hope this inspires passion, excitement, curiosity, and speaks to many adventures ahead. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below on our new intro. And remember, exhaust by any other name would smell as sweet. Or was that a rose? You know what I mean. Next up, the 2024 Mustang. Is it really a power improvement like Ford has touted? Technically, no. We here at Ducati Diaries do not float our own boats, but we will say we were correct in our early analysis that Ford didn't actually increase the power in the new pony car, but kept it the same. Now, because of emissions requirements, Ford may mix things up and abandon the fact they usually underrate horsepower, and they may completely lay their cards on the table with an exact horsepower rating, in which case, I'm betting the GT will be in the 480s. The S650 just dynoed in the real world at only 408 horsepower at the wheel, which is, according to my calculations, which means I checked the internet, exactly 480 horsepower, which is exactly what Ford claimed. So how is this not an increase over the previous model's 460 horsepower? Because Ford has always understated their horsepower numbers. When the 2018 came out, Ford rated it at 460 horsepower, but people were dynoing them stock at 480 horsepower or even higher. If you check the YouTubes, the dynos everyone did all show the car closer to the 500 horsepower stock. Ford underrates their cars. So that said, instead of a true gain in horsepower this time, it looks like Ford exercised a hefty dose of sleight of hand and stated actual horsepower this time, effectively increasing horsepower by lowering it. Are you following? If not, let me summarize. The 2018 Mustang GT dynoed at 480 horsepower, and the 2024 dynoed at 480 horsepower. But Ford is claiming a gain in horsepower because they're no longer understating horsepower. Make sense? I'm not complaining, so before you call me a Chevy guy, how dare you? Not that there's anything wrong with Chevys, we're all car guys here. I'm just looking out for you with some investigative reporting. Sometimes I slap around Ford, and that's okay. Ultimately, we'd like to talk about horsepower, torque, and all things Ford and Mustang and cars and bikes. Nothing wrong with it. So am I disappointed at these horsepower figures being exactly 480 horsepower when that's exactly what my 2018 was? Well, after 5 years, and after Ford claiming this is the most powerful Mustang ever, yes, I'm a little bit disappointed. But that's nothing some bolt-ons and a tune won't fix right away. Not to mention a power adder. It's still a beautiful car, and I still plan on getting one. Next, we're going to analyze Ford's can of whoop-ass on wheels, the 2025 Mustang GTD, D for Daytona, a $300,000 supercharged Mustang supercar. Jim Farley, Ford CEO, knuckled up and said, and I quote, "We're throwing down the gauntlet and saying come and get it. I'll take track time in a Mustang GTD against any other auto boss in their best road car." Jim, I like you. This may be the only video I don't slap you out of tough love, but don't get soft because I'm always watching you. Your restraining order notwithstanding. Behold the nod non-mid-engine Mustang, theories were wrong. But not everyone wanted a mid-engine anyway, as we already have the Ford GT. Well, not we as in peasants like me, but famous people have it at least. The GTD brings performance approaching a Ford GT that is a little more affordable, but still for rich people. So, you know, maybe if you only have about $4 million in savings, you get the Ford GTD. You know, only $4 million, bloody peasants. It's coming out in the end of 2024 or early 25, but with Ford's track record, I'd say 2026. Just kidding, not really though. You do have to apply for the Ford GTD car, just like with the Ford GT. So with Jim Farley's restraining order against me, I can say I probably won't be getting one, but I couldn't afford it anyway, as it will cost a full $300, and that's before the inevitable $500,000 markup, and I wish I were joking about that, but I'm not. The car is ultra high-tech. I know you're all probably saying the specs in your dreams, but just a quick overview. Its base is the supercharged 5.2-liter V8 Predator engine from the GT500, but with more boost and kicking out over 800 horsepower, so it's the most powerful Mustang ever. Unlike the GT500 7-speed, the GTD will have an 8-speed DCT transmission, and with the car being mostly carbon fiber and having magnesium wheels and a titanium active exhaust, it's likely going to be light, and we know it's going to be fast. Slowing you down is carbon ceramic brakes on massive Cup 2R tires with a whopping 325 in the front and 345 in the back, literally reversing the Earth's rotation when you hit the gas. Ford's competitive targets for this beast are the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, which starts at $240K but adequately spec'd hits $300,000, and the Mercedes AMG TTR Black Series starting at $325K. Okay, the looks are polarizing. From all the comments I've read, you either love it or you hate it. I think more people love it, but for me, it's kind of a butter butt. I like everything butter butt. For me, that rear spoiler hanging off the back windshield like that needs an aftermarket mod to rectify. Mostly because from this angle here, and only this angle mind you, the car looks too much like a regular S650 with a picnic table attached, but really it is only this angle because when you look at the back deck lid, it's hot, and I mean hot. Look at the honeycomb arrow here, very well done right here. And backing out, this car screams supercar from the back. Love the massive dual exhaust, the shape of the trunk lid. I also note the valley here goes over the top of the car, presumably for more aero. Literally even the roof of the car is made for performance. My second and only other gripe are these gargantuan vents here, but I think if you get this car in all black, that would minimize the spectacle of these and it would look perfect. In fact, someone rendered it in black and here's what it looks like. Magnifique. Pardon my Spanish. It looks awesome across most angles. I do wish these inlets were a little bit bigger, but I appreciate they're made to function. Magnesium wheels right here in 20 inches. The design is growing on me, but I'd love to see this whole car murdered out with only hints of red like in the calipers. Ultimately, with this level of cosmetic aggression, I think this car's not going to win all the hearts on looks, but it will win on track for those fortunate enough to own one. And one thing is for sure, you're going to be turning heads with this car because the streets have never seen such a screaming banshee of track violence packaged quite like this. It's unique, it sounds amazing, it looks terrifying and in a good way. Dear Santa, please send me a Ford Mustang GTD. I promise to be a good boy from now on. Most of the time. Sometimes. Actually, just cancel that request. I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. Alright boys and girls, if you like this video, please hit the like, subscribe, comment, shop my Amazon storefront, all that cool stuff. And always remember the motto, always be kinder than necessary, and I will see you in the next one.